Hey guys, I want to show you how to do some filtering stuff for these student characteristic surveys. That way you know how to deal with this on Wednesday in CFG. So just so you know, I think you all have the link to getting into that folder, but if you need to get into that, it should be under shared with me. And under shared with me, you should see it saved. Shared with me from me, Chris Webb. And it's called the 2015-16 Student Characteristic Survey. So when you click inside there, you see all the different documents. Um, you can tell the difference between the actual survey and the responses because the responses, which is an Excel sheet, is labeled responses. The other thing is actually the survey. So when you're playing around with the files, only worry right now about these responses sheets. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this 2016 one. And when I click on this 2016 one, when you open it up, you see a bunch of data that you don't really want to try to parse through. So the way that we're going to want to fix that is we're going to click, if you hit A, B, C, you select the row. If you hit the number, you only select the column. I'm sorry, you hit A, B, and C, you get the columns. If you hit like the numbers, then you get the rows. So if you hit this top left one, then you actually select the entire thing. From here, you're going to hit data, and then you're going to hit filter. And what filter is going to do is first two things. One, it bolds this top column. But then also what it does is it adds these little arrows. And here's how the way that these arrows work. This is showing every single student what was said about every single student. If you click on this down arrow, it'll let you kind of parse through the data. So the way I would do this is I would hit clear. We're going to look at Preston's data. So we're going to hit clear so that way you don't see anybody's details. And actually, if you hit OK, then no students show up. But if you hit Preston, you hit OK, you're only going to see Preston's grit scores, which are right here. Let's say instead of him, you want to see Amber Burris, who I'm looking at right here. So again, you could hit clear, so that way nobody sees, you don't see anybody else. Hit Amber and hit OK, and then you're only going to see Amber's scores. Now maybe you want to go through and look at everybody's scores again. You could again hit, and actually you don't have to hit clear, you could just hit select all, and then it'll show you every student regardless of what their name is. If you want to do more filtration, I don't really know why you want to do this, but if you want to do, for example, look by teacher, you can hit username, and then this is going to let you sort by who said what. So you could go clear, let's just look at what I said. I don't have very many juniors. I only have these couple of people. And Robert Hibbert I don't even have. I just did this as a sample. So then you can see what I said to each of the different juniors. So again, I would hit select all on those. Besides this student information, which is probably where you're going to want to play the most, the other area you might want to mess around with is here under subject area. So if you click this little down arrow, let's say you only want to see math scores. So we'll look at math scores, and then we'll only see what math people said. You could go through and you could say math scores of Preston, and so you'll only see Preston's math score. If I turn on all of them for Preston, then I'll see all of his scores combined. And for some reason, Ryan and Brandon keep showing up on there. I don't know, that's some sort of weird little bug or something like that. But for the most part, that's how that's going to work. So it's pretty simple. All you do is you just select whoever you want to look at, and then you should be able to just simply filter and just see these different